Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon to everyone. Today, our group will present to you our article, which is Implementation of Information Management Strategy in Organization for our core subject, which is Information Management in Organization, MIM740. And we prepared this presentation for Dr. SAIFUL FARIK MAT YATIN and prepared by me myself, Izzat Adha bin Zahir, my teammate AZHAR bin MOHAMAD and Syed HISHAM Shah bin HILMI. So next, okay, the abstract of this article explain the implementation of information management strategy in organization. Information strategies focus the emphasis squarely on information and see it as a resource that must be controlled and used similarly to, for instance, finances. An information strategy may then be part of hierarchy of strategies. With the organization strategic plan, information-based activities now occupy a significant amount of the workforce and are becoming increasingly vital to the success of organization and the efficiency of administration. This paper will evaluate the implementation of information strategy in organizational environments, also exploring previous studies relevant to information strategy and planning towards organization productivity. Then propose discussion and conclusion towards the topic for further studies reference. The keywords for this paper is organization, information strategy, and planning and guideline. Next. Introduction. In this new era of technological advancement, developments in information processing technologies and telecommunications have impacted numerous production and service sectors, particularly the management of an organization's information resources and information services. The management of all sorts of information and implementation into successful information system and services is increasingly regarded as crucial for organizations to function effectively in time of rapid environmental and technological development. Every nation now functions in more chaotic and unstable global business environment. These circumstances heighten the importance for enterprises and government to monitor local, regional, and global events and incorporate this data into essential decision-making processes. At the global level, there is a cluster of variables that have increased the significance of managing organization information services, while also providing more complex tools and technology to facilitate and stimulate this process. Next. What is information strategy? According to Hughes 1997, describing information strategy as a set of attitudes, information strategy focus of emphasizing squarely on information and see it as a resource that must be controlled and used similarly to, for instance, finance. An information strategy may then be part of a hierarchy of strategy with the organization strategic plan at the top and maybe an information management strategy behind all this. According to Broadband 1991, the Business and Information Alignment Research, which is nearing completion, examines recent information-based advance and business planning process in several significant organizations operating in information-intensive industries. In such industries, alignment may be demonstrated by the existence of information-based advantages over competitors. Some application of information or information technology that was perceived to provide the company with a competitive edge. The goal of this work is to uncover the specific features of companies that have obtained informational advantages over their competitors. Next. Information strategy in organization. Even if their strategy is informal, unstructured, and intermittent, all organizations have one. Unfortunately, some organizations do not know in which direction they are going. The proverb, if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there, emphasizing the needs for organizations to create strategic management concepts and procedures. Small businesses, major corporations, non-profit organizations, Government agency and massive company alike is increasingly utilizing the strategic management method. The practice of empowering managers and workers has nearly endless advantages. In their industry, organizations should take a proactive rather than a reactive strategy, and they should attempt to influence, foresee, and initiate rather than just react to events. This method of decision making is embedded in the strategic management process. It is a rational, scientific, and objective method for determining the future path of a business. Next. So I will pass the microphone to Sheikh Hisham to continue. Sheikh Hisham.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Izzat. Now I would like to proceed with implementation of information strategy. As information strategy being implementing in organization, there are developments identified. The role and use of information emerges from the need of organizations to understand their customers and processes better. The development encourages organization focus upon the collection, collation, analysis, interpretation, and distribution of information to all areas of organization. This is according to NOCS KT 2014. The importance placed upon organizations to manage their information and subsequently their knowledge has been cited as a major factor in organizations achieving success according to Harris 1993 and Drucker 2002. Each organization is required to create their personal information framework in order to convince issues in producing organizations' improvement. Organizations most proficient in creating and using information are winning in competition with the others. Participants of that competition change very quickly. New entrants introduce new rules and original solutions, and the participants must adequately respond as well as create barriers for new entrants. This is according to Kurasam and Zahir 2017. Next. The first one, we would like to touch on the tertiary education. The reason of information strategy in tertiary education is to make sure that the institution's data, information, and technology can efficiently and capably back up the capability of the strategic plan itself, meaning it allows the institutions to follow the progress efficiently, encouraging students to experiencing the progress, making sure that information skills and technology being used effectively, and also to suggest new proposal and recognize strategic opportunities. The strategy is actually wider, sets out into institutions, ideologies, and activities. The significance of the information strategy is that it offers a clear aims and actions need to be done. Through this strategy, institutions manage to directly involve with their students' learning activities easily, precisely, and updated statistics to offer vision for an act. Even though education centers have enforced their curriculum to include the acquisition of skills in using technology to produce, evaluate, exchange, and store information, educational system all over the world continue to develop the digital competency of students. This is according to J. Gil Flores, J. Rodriguez Santero, and J. J. Torres Cadillo 2017. Institutions of higher education need to involve information technology in their daily activities. However, institutional leaders need to plan, develop, and implement information strategies to enhance strategic use of information system according to Lee Mendy and Emmanuel AWR 2021. Next slide, please. It has always been institutions' goals to provide best services to their students. Thus, information needs to be provided expectedly in order to gain expected outcome. It becomes a challenge for them to make sure that information in all forms is accurate, timely, managed, and owned to support decision-taking in transparent, integrated, and knowledge-driven culture. Ensure that the information environment within which the university works is sensitive to the complexity and distinctive needs of the university, whilst reducing duplication, eliminating waste, and reworking process to improve access and sharing of information wherever possible. This is according to NOx KT 2015. It is part of their responsibility to ensure that information process are as all-in-one, easy and consistent as it can be to improve the student knowledge and make the institution as a good place to make a partnership with. The next one is information organization, agency, or a company. With information strategy organization, agencies or even companies will be able to improve their assets. This happens when information system developed and implemented for business operations tend to allocate resources in accordance with respective functional requirements, ensuring optimal resource distribution and thereby reducing resource wastages. As a result of that, it will increase productivity and efficiency of business operations, thereby influencing of the organizational performance according to Arya Peruma, RMI, and Abisakera N 2020. Organizational performance is the capability and ability of an organization to efficiently utilize the available resources to achieve accomplishment consistent with the set objectives of the company, as well as considering their relevance to its users, according to Peterson W., Gisberg G., and Wicks M 2003. For every organization to succeed in the area of knowledge management, it is imperative for such organization to properly consider and choose the correct strategic approach, according to Kaki 2021, as it is known that there is a connection between organizational performance and information strategies. Information strategies be likely to inspire the organization performance, deliver the organization with the ability to recognize what needs to be done and how to deal with the technology. Information strategies believe can be used to assist the organizations to boost its restricted assets in a way that it will certify in justifiable modest benefit. Next one would be the library itself. Information strategies play an important part in libraries as both a learning, recreational, and organizational management instrument. With the growing request and support on technology in the public, the library can be an enabler to link the digital gap and offer a safer space for research in technology. Libraries need to market themselves to be early adopters of the system, providing the community opportunities to try new things and increase their own technology skills and knowledge. In order to make this work, library workers also need to upgrade their skills and understanding of new and emerging technology to have the ability to promote to and educate library customers. They need to do this by applying new technologies and also employing external providers to demonstrate technologies through computer classes and also library workshops. Next slide. Libraries must restructure their operations and expand their services, roles, and responsibilities to contribute effectively and meet the needs of a large and diverse community of users, and this will enable libraries gain a significant competitive advantage by utilizing knowledge, which can result in a better service to users, according to Hamid et al. 2007. Strengthening staff understanding will tie together the gap between abilities and job market. For instance, the current situation in Malaysia, whereby most companies require a Mandarin speaker, this can lead to their future career development. The rapid growth of knowledge in ICT has brought a massive transformation in libraries and information centers in the areas of acquiring, processing, storing, and disseminating information, according to Jane 2009. Therefore, it is much necessary for libraries to utilize some good strategies to expand on their service area. Thus, all personnel, especially on the management level, need to appreciate the prospect that information strategies bring as it being useful for the entire organization. Next, we'd like to pass to Mr. Azhar for the next presentation.
Thank you, Mr. HISHAM. Issues in information strategy. There are 4 issues in information strategy that I highlighted in this paper. The first one is management issue. Sometimes senior management may lack to understand the purpose and may not trust of information strategy to carry out in organizations. Second, the lack of internal communication and support in the improvement of the information strategy from the top management itself. And third, changes in the top management staff and replacing them may reduce the distraction and contribute to the success of the strategies. The second one, human issue. The first one of human issue, the lack of user education resource. Second one, difficulty to attract the appropriate staff. And the third one is inability to hire relevant specialists. The third issue in information strategy, environmental issue. Environmental issue includes organization culture, change behavior, inadequate capabilities, poor coordination and distribution of responsibilities, competing for activities, and align organizational strategy and resources. The second one, existing political conflicts. And the third, misunderstanding of the strategy and doubts about benefit. The fourth issue is time issue. The time issue includes the lack of the proper analysis of the time, and the project may be cancelled if the information strategy is altered during the time it takes to develop or execute the strategy. Recommendation and discussion. The poor manageable roles in implementation may be helped or resolved by establishing a solid connection between the top management and employees by stressing the significance of effective implementation of information strategy, particularly on the collaboration. The second one, the top management should put in place the correct business strategy and employ information technology to assist the corporation to attain its objective. The last one, there are variety of approach that may be taken to execute information strategies inside the organization. Nevertheless, there is no one strategy that can ensure the organization's success. This objective, however, may be accomplished through the use of more conventional approach to strategic analysis, such as the competitive model developed by Porter or the SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity trait analysis. The conclusion. The management aspects are critical to adopting information strategies. The second one, the executive required greater strategic guidance from the upper management. The third one, information strategy in organization can be successful through a stronger connection and collaboration. The fourth one, the SWOT framework should be used with information and data from internal and external analysis to identify problems with an organization information strategies. And lastly, all organizations should emphasize important goals by establishing guidelines, procedures, and tools that foster strong alignment, boost productivity, and promote efficiency. With that, I think that concludes our presentation for today. Thank you for listening.